Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Brooke Hash. The University of Louisville is expected to make it official this afternoon, announcing its new head basketball coach, Pat Kelsey. He's currently coaching at the College of Charleston in South Carolina just last year, leading that team to its first NCAA tournament run since 2018. Our Alex Dieterer spoke to former Cards about their hopes for the new hire.
Here he is at the College of Charleston, the man taking over the University of Louisville's basketball team as their next head coach.
Hey, Coach, here we get a bone.
You just heard from him. Pat Kelsey, who grew up in Cincinnati, will now take over for Kenny Payne, who was fired 2 weeks ago.
Pat Kelsey is a quality coach.
He's a proven winner who's done this for a long time. He knows what he's doing. And I think Louisville fans can be very excited about that.
You're getting a good coach in Pat Kelsey. He's won everywhere he's been.
Two local radio hosts and former U of L championship player Jerry Eves have been following this job hunt closely and many times frustrated with it. Now, there seems to be something in common.
Well, when I found out that he was taking it over, it was a relief.
The biggest feeling was just kind of relief that there was a name, that you could turn this page to the next chapter.
While there is some hesitation still for Mike Rutherford of the Card Chronicle.
I think there's some concern about his ability to win at this level just because he's never done it before. But I think you also have a guy who is well regarded in coaching circles, has a great reputation nationally, and who's won for over a decade consistently.
And Nick Coffey with Sports Talk 790 is also hesitant after a rough 2 years.
I felt as if the program would go in a direction with someone that's a little more proven at this level.
But there's also hope for Kelsey and the Cards.
I think he's somebody that really checks a very important box right out of the gate, which is energy, enthusiasm.
Coach Kelsey is a fine coach. He's going to do the very best he can do. It will come back. It can come back, but it's going to take time.
In Louisville, Alex Dieterer, WHAS 11 on your side.
Taking a closer look at Kelsey's background, he's been at Charleston for the past 3 seasons and led the Cougars to back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances. Before that, he was the head coach at Winthrop University for 9 seasons. His career coaching record is 261 and 122. Kelsey also spent time as an assistant at Xavier University, his alma mater, and Wake Forest University. Well, we will be hearing from U of L's President Kim Schatzel and Athletic Director Josh Hurd after this board meets this afternoon. Ken Spencer will be there for a live report. You can watch everything right here on WHAS 11 online, as well as our free WHAS 11 app. We'll get there. Everything started just after 3 o'clock. A fire at a gasoline distribution company in Bowling Green injured 2 people last night. It happened about a mile and a half from Western Kentucky University. The massive fire shut down traffic around the area, forcing evacuation of a nearby school. Bowling Green Fire contained that blaze just after 7:30 last night, but roads remained closed for several more hours. 2 employees at that business were treated at the scene for minor injuries. And just 1 lane of the Clark Memorial Bridge is open right now while crews work on repairs after that dramatic semi-crash a few weeks ago. Only southbound traffic has been allowed for the next few weeks, and today just 1 lane until about 2 o'clock this afternoon will be open. At last check, KYTC said the northbound lanes are expected to reopen by the middle of next month. For 140 years, Family and Children's Place has been in the community working to protect children and their families. Today, it hosted its annual rally to end child abuse. Recent reports reveal Kentucky ranks 14th, Indiana 15th in child abuse and neglect rates across the nation. Today's rally highlighted the work taking place in the community to change that. Family and Children's Place has helped over 280,000 families since its opening.
We believe that every single child should be nurtured, cherished, and loved, despite who they are or where they live, despite the resources they have, and despite the circumstances of their birth. We know that how we support healthy families today is how we will end child abuse in our community.
Child advocacy centers like Family and Children's Place help kids who are hurt by sexual and physical abuse and human trafficking. They provide mental and social support and closely work with local and federal law enforcement to make sure these crimes don't happen again. The man arrested in connection to a deadly shooting last month pleaded not guilty today. Metro Police arrested Richard Goodman yesterday afternoon, charged with murder and possession of a handgun in connection to a fatal shooting of 21-year-old Kylie Miller. Police said his body was found at a home on February 18th. And according to court documents, Goodman had a phone call with an inmate at Metro Corrections and discussed the murder before Miller was found. Police said he knew details about the crime that weren't public. Goodman's bond was set at $250,000 cash, and he's due back in court on April 5th.
4 months in that spot as interim chief, and then the unfortunate happened April 10th.
Louisville's police chief recalling the text that changed her life almost a year ago. Tonight, she's reliving that moment in the days after the mass shooting at Old National Bank. Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Villarreal 1 year later tonight on WHAS 11 News at 6. We are hearing concerns over an effort to make elections nonpartisan here in Louisville. House Majority Whip Jason Nemes is one of 7 Louisville Republicans who sponsored House Bill 388, which passed in the Senate. It signed into law, the measure would remove a candidate's party affiliation from ballots in Louisville races for both mayor and Metro Council. He said it will incentivize candidates to reach out into more areas around the county before elections. The bill now heads to the House for a final vote before making its way to the governor's desk. And the Louisville Urban League released a statement opposing the bill, raising alarms about implications. The league said it fears it could lead to a drop in voting numbers and also expressed worry votes would be based upon socioeconomic status.